Welcome back. I'm Collins Trott, Child Development Faculty on the Wallace Community College Dothan campus. In this episode, we are going to be learning about thinking and concept formation. At one time, educators believed that critical thinking was possible only for older students or exceptionally bright younger children. Today, however, we know that young children use all the same processes involved in adult thinking. They question and sense problems, locate information, see relationships between ideas and things, organize and summarize information, and reach conclusions. After reviewing all of the week's content, you should be able to explain how teachers plan authentic experiences that will foster children's thinking, describe how teachers foster higher level thinking processes, and explain concept formation and why it is an important part of social studies. So join me, Miss Trott, as we learn all about thinking and concept formation. Observe children at play and you will find that they do independently question and sense problems. Play is a cornerstone not only of a child's social emotional development, but also their cognitive development. The more a child uses imagination and make-believe props and situations, the more the child's ability to think in the abstract and use symbols increases. Teachers can foster children's thinking in the preschool and primary classrooms by providing children with meaningful, integrated, and interesting first-hand experiences that involve others and require language. The younger the child, the greater the need for first-hand sensory experiences is. Through these sensory experiences, children absorb information about the nature of their world. Young children are in the process of developing a knowledge base housed in their long-term memories. As children encounter new experiences and events, they will draw on this knowledge base to explain and react to them. The more the knowledge base grows, the greater their ability to explain new events and experiences with more complexity and react to them more successfully. Therefore, teachers must provide children with a wide variety of rich experiences with which to build this foundational knowledge base. Experiences to foster thinking must involve others. Throughout the day, while working in centers, arguing on the playground, or discussing a story in the classroom, children are expected to interact freely, talking, discussing, arguing, and negotiating. Through these natural occurring interactions, especially when playing, children are challenged to adjust their egocentric thought, assimilating and accommodating different points of view. Experiences make the need for language real and necessary. Children not only speak about what they are doing, their speech and actions are part of one and the same complex psychological function. Through talking, arguing, discussing, listening, reading, and writing, children clarify and expand on their experiences. Experiences and activities give children something to talk about. As children think about their experiences, they develop images, feelings, and ideas about them. Expression can take a number of forms. Children may draw or paint a picture about their experience, describe it in a dance, tell about it in words, or dictate or write down their ideas. Setting the stage for thinking is necessary, but not sufficient. Teachers also need to recognize and foster the process involved in thinking. Fostering the thinking process of questioning and sensing problems, locating information, organizing and interpreting information, seeing relationships, generalizing and reaching conclusions can be planned through activities. Children are full of questions. Thinking begins when children themselves sense a problem and pose a question to try to understand reality. It is not always easy to think of a question. Children must have some knowledge, information, or content to sense a problem or ask a question. The teacher can simulate questioning by asking questions of their own. Questions that stimulate higher level thinking are valuable. Based on Bloom's taxonomy, questions can be categorized into applying, analyzing, creating, evaluating, remembering, and understanding. By gearing questions to these levels, teachers can model thinking skills and at the same time guide the children to higher level thinking. Good teaching invariably concerns itself with conceptual understanding because concepts are the basis for thinking. This means social studies too is best taught through concepts. With the ability to group things into categories or to think in terms of concepts, we are freed from focusing on each isolated fact. When children have an idea or a concept they have knowledge about, how facts and pieces of information are related and interrelated. They understand something, and because they have organized the information into a concept, it holds meaning to them. Memorizing facts as isolated bits of data is meaningless. With enough drill and practice and perhaps a lot of reinforcement, children can memorize a great number of facts. Unfortunately, children don't have any idea or concept of what has been memorized. Teaching for concept formation leads to more learning because learning concepts is never complete. This incompleteness leads children and learners of any age to continue to want to learn still more in an attempt to complete their understanding. Thus, the social studies are best taught around key concepts to each process and discipline content area. Meaningful and conducive to future learning, the concepts considered key in each social science discipline organize children's thinking and learning experiences. This structure is identified through concepts that are key and that define the discipline. Teachers use these key concepts or big ideas to organize and direct interaction with the children. The key concepts that relate to and connect isolated facts into a unified whole also enable teachers to organize a whole, unified, and integrated curriculum. When the focus is on big ideas, teachers not only teach facts, but teach the connection between facts. The concept and embedded facts have meaning. Thus, the wholeness of the child and of knowledge is honored. The social science disciplines of history, geography, economics, civics, global education, and others are organized around key concepts. Concept development takes place from the moment of birth through assimilation, accommodation, and adaptation. Hearing, smelling, tasting, and seeing, infants start to organize and categorize their experiences continually, seeking out and responding to their environment. The initial instincts with which infants were born, seeing, grasping, sucking, become more complex and more coordinated, and eventually more purposeful. This process is called adaptation. Assimilation and accommodation are the processes that make adaptation possible. Concepts cannot be taught. They can only be constructed by each individual. Teachers can nurture concept formation by providing a rich environment and conditions that will foster the development of fully formed, accurate, and complete concepts of social studies. Teachers must be matched to a child's development and personal experiences. Now, let's review what we've learned. Organizing the social studies around the skills of thinking and concept formation is essential. Thinking, a continuous process, begins when the curriculum is organized around children's experiences with the world and their play. Through play, children sense problems and begin to question. Teachers then use these questions and problems to encourage children to locate information, organize data, interpret data, and reach conclusions. The questions asked by the teacher are also a powerful aid to foster thinking. Teaching for thinking is also teaching for concept formation. Teachers identify key ideas or concepts from each social science disciplines. Then they use these to organize children's learning experiences. Knowledge of each child's level of understanding of the concepts is necessary to plan experiences that will foster children's thinking and concept formation. That wraps us up for this episode. You can learn more about this topic by reviewing the resources posted in your course. As always, if you have any questions, please contact me or your instructor. Thanks for joining me, Miss Trott, as we learn all about thinking and concept formation. See you next time.